The COVID pandemic and the efforts made by both the Scottish and UK governments to combat this deadly virus has actually helped Nicola Sturgeon's case to break up Britain and to have an independent Scotland. She's done this by looking confident, by looking self-assured and determined, and looking like she knows what she's doing. We're basically in Scotland looking at the two characters, Nicola versus Boris. Who's the better of the two? The majority in the last Scottish independence referendum was 55% against independence. Of that majority, the 55%, there are now several groups of people, many people actually, who voted that way against independence then, who would now vote for independence. And they're saying it on the basis of what they see as Nicola Sturgeon's more assured, more confident behaviour in tackling COVID than they saw from Boris Johnson.
That, of course, is the negative, the worrying position we face. And I don't say it for exaggeration, I say it because we all must take that seriously right now.
Her confident approach to dealing with the pandemic, her forthright behaviour in shutting Scotland down when she thought it was necessary, of banning travel when she thinks it was necessary, of basically banning Christmas and New Year when she thought that was necessary. People translate that firm behaviour and they say, well, if she can behave like that and make swift decisions and stick to them, well, we think she could run a country properly, like Scotland. If the Scottish National Party get a majority in the elections in May, well, they say that will give them the moral authority, at least, to hold another referendum. They haven't addressed the economic factors yet. They're still looking at her, if you like, PR performance of looking good, sounding good, looking determined to take the correct action in defeating the virus. Boris, on the other hand, weighs suppressing the virus, beating the virus with economic troubles if we shut down the country and the economy too much. They say that his perpetual U-turns, changing his mind, lockdown on, lockdown off, travel bans, no travel bans, have confused the fight against the virus. And the critics of Nicola Sturgeon would say that all she has to do is win the battle against the virus. If the economy collapses, she can blame all of that on Boris Johnson because he controls the money. It's an easy victory for her to win because he's got to both beat the virus and keep the economy running. Nicola Sturgeon only has to beat the virus.
Today is the day that the people of Scotland reclaim our nation.
We haven't really got into the arguments for independence yet, say the economic arguments. The UK Treasury has spent billions. I think the last count was something like £8.99 billion, at least, in supporting employment in Scotland on, say, the furlough scheme. Scotland's not having to pay anything for the vaccines, either in their development, all of that was paid for by the UK Treasury, or in their rollouts, free gratis, thanks to the UK and thanks to being a member of the United Kingdom. Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP have done very well up to now, but there's a long way to go before she can prove conclusively that independence is the best option for Scotland.